हाय यश, हाउ आर यू?
आई एम गुड. आप बताओ कैसे हो, क्या चल रहा है?
तुम्हारा क्या चल रहा है यार? इतना कैसे टाइम कैसे मिल जाता है? नौकरी भी चल रही है, घूमना भी है।
नौकरी कहाँ चल रही है? अभी तो नौकरी है ही नहीं, खुद का चालू किया है बिजनेस अभी तो.
अच्छा.
तो हाँ, तो अभी तो टाइम निकाला है थोड़ा सा. फ्रेंड की शादी में आया था दिल्ली, तो हेंस वी आर सिटिंग टुगेदर. बट थोड़ा ट्रैवलिंग का कीड़ा है तो टाइम निकल आता है, ऐसा है.
तो मनाली में क्या था? मैंने सुना स्नोफॉल हो रहा है.
काफ़ी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा. आई थिंक एक स्नोफॉल का एक्सपीरियंस करना था, प्रॉपर स्नोफॉल का एक्सपीरियंस. तो मनाली के सिटी के अंदर तो उतना नहीं मिलता है, बट अगर आप प्रिनी से होते हुए सेथन करके एक विलेज है विच इज़ नोन एज इग्लू विलेज ऑफ हिमाचल, इवन इग्लू विलेज ऑफ इंडिया एज वेल. सो वहाँ पे जाते हो तो एवरी ईयर इग्लू बनाते हैं वो लोग. यू कैन स्टे इन इग्लूज एज वेल. बट मैं इग्लू में तो नहीं रहा था बिकॉज इस बार स्नोफॉल काफ़ी डिलेड है. मतलब वी आर सिटिंग इन फेब्रवरी, राइट. यूजुअली जनवरीज में इग्लू बन जाते हैं. सो काफ़ी लोगों ने इग्लू नहीं बनाए इस बार, जिसकी वजह से काफ़ी लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ इग्लूज है. तो कॉस्ट आर ऑल्सो अप, राइट. एंड द क्वालिटी ऑफ इग्लूज आर ऑल्सो नॉट दैट ग्रेट, इन द सेंस कि वहाँ पे थोड़े लीकेजेस हैं बिकॉज लेट स्नोफॉल हुई है. सो आई वॉज स्टेइंग इन ग्लैम पीको करके. देयर इज अ प्लेस विच इज़ वेरी गुड. दे हैव जियोडेस्मिक डोम्स एंड मड हाउसेज वेर यू कैन स्टे, हैव योर ओन टाइम. So it is near the Sethan village only. So वहाँ पे तो heavy snowfall, entire 3 days I was there and it was a great experience. मतलब snowfall experience काफ़ी अच्छा था. First time experience किया snowfall इस level पे, and पूरे across snow everything is there. तो अच्छा experience है मतलब.
Everything was white.
Everything was white, yes.
So you mentioned about leakages.
And cold.
And cold, of course cold. Where there is white, there has to be cold. तो लीकेजेस किस तरह के होते हैं इग्लू में?
मतलब क्या होता है जब हीट आसपास जनरेट होती है ना थोड़े से, तो थोड़े से भी अगर क्रैक होगा, बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं है ना, इट इज़ नॉट, स्नोफॉल इज़ नॉट हैपनिंग एवरी टाइम, राइट. इट्स कई बार रेन हो जाता है उसके साथ, राइट. स्नो फ्लेक्स गिर रहे होते हैं कई बार. और जब स्नोफॉल बंद हो जाता है उसके बाद थोड़ा सा वाटर मेल्ट होने का प्रोसेस चालू होता है. तो अगर स्नो उस क्वालिटी ऑफ स्नो नहीं है, तो जब आप स्ट्रक्चर इग्लू को बना रहे हो तो उसका, हाउ डू आई टेल इट, रोबस्टनेस उतना नहीं होता है.
अच्छा, ये बनता किससे है?
ये डिटेल्स तो मेरे को भी नहीं पता. मतलब
अच्छा,
पूरा
तुम
डिटेल्स
बस
नहीं
रह कर
पता.
आए हो.
रह के आने की इच्छा
बनवाने
थी,
का
मैं
काम
तो
नहीं
गया भी नहीं, रह के भी नहीं आया टेक्निकली.
हाँ, टेक्निकली
तो मड हाउस में रह के आए, बट बाहर से देख के आए.
व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस दिस मड हाउस एंड
मड हाउस और स्नो, मतलब इग्लू तो काफ़ी सिग्निफिकेंटली डिफरेंट हो गई ना दोनों चीज़ें. मतलब इग्लू इज़ मेड ऑफ कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट, लाइक स्नो और उसका मिक्सचर करके बनाया जाता है. मड हाउस तो इज़ अ old Indian thing. I think you would be knowing more because you know more history.
I haven't been there, I don't know about it.
But mud houses जो हमारे old concept थे, जहाँ पे brick, आजकल तो brick and mortar का यूज़ करके उसके ऊपर mud को कर दिया जाता है ताकि प्रॉपर्टी इंटैक्ट रहे. बट मड हाउसेज इज मिक्सचर ऑफ, मतलब वुड का छत होता है, राइट. आज भी आप जम्मू की तरफ जाओगे तो जिनके साथ मैं गया था, दे यूज टू लिव इन जम्मू अर्लियर. तो उनके वहाँ पे आज भी मड हाउसेज चलते हैं विलेजेस में. सो उन्होंने बताया कि वुडन स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं, तो सीलिंग विल बी वुडन, राइट. एंड बाकी वॉल्स विल हैव मड या जो गोबर वगैरह भी लोग यूज़ करते हैं, बट मड से उसको पूरा हाथ से करके बनाया जाता है उसका हीट ट्रैप करने के लिए.
गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट, वुड इज नॉट गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट, दैट्स व्हाई इट्स यूज्ड.
तो चारों तरफ मड होता है, तो थोड़ा सा मतलब इट्स गुड एक्सपीरियंस. अभी तो काफ़ी ईजी हो गया है स्टेइंग इन लाइक दीज प्लेसेस बिकॉज ऑफ द इम्यूनिटीज दैट दीज पीपल प्रोवाइड. बट हाँ, मतलब इट वॉज अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस ओवरऑल.
तो जब बेस कैंप गए थे उस समय स्नोफॉल नहीं था कहीं पर भी?
नहीं. सो एवरेज बेस कैंप में देयर आर 2 सीजन्स यू कैन गो, राइट. वन इज योर समर सीजन, जब अप्रैल मई के बाद खुलता है, जून के अराउंड, राइट. एंड सेकेंड है जब रेनी सीजन के बाद दिसंबर तक चलता है. दिसंबर भी नहीं, आई थिंक नवंबर 15 तक बेसिकली चलता है. स्नोफॉल तो वहाँ पे उस टाइम पे तो कम्प्लीटली बंद हो जाता है एवरेज बेस कैंप. यू कैन नॉट ट्रैक. नहीं, मई जून के पहले वाला, हाँ करेक्ट. जो आपका दिसंबर या नवंबर 15 के बाद स्नोफॉल चालू होती है एंड इट कीप्स ऑन हैपनिंग, या ब्लॉकेडेड होते हैं काफ़ी सारे जिनको खोलना पड़ता है वो पीरियड टाइम. बट मई के जून के बाद सेकेंड सीज़न चालू होता है जहाँ पे जाते हैं. और एक होता है कि आप लोग बारिश के बाद फिर जाना चालू करते हैं, इमीडिएट बारिश के बाद, राइट. तो 2 महीना नहीं लोग जाते बिकॉज इफ इट्स रेनिंग इट इज़ डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रैक एज वेल. एंड अगर आप गीले हो गए हो तो फिर आपकी बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम आएगी बिकॉज टेम्परेचर काफ़ी कम रहता है वहाँ पे. स्नो कैप्ड आपको माउंटेन्स मिलेंगे. जिस पीरियड में मैं गया था तब सितंबर के अराउंड स्नो कैप सितंबर अक्टूबर आई वेंट.
जहाँ मैं नहीं जा पाया था.
जहाँ आप नहीं जा पाए थे, करेक्ट, आपको पूछा था. बट तो वहाँ पे यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ स्नो कैप्ड माउंटेन्स, राइट. बट आपको स्नो वैसे नहीं मिलेगी रोड पे. अब व्हेन यू आर ट्रेकिंग तो आपके पाथ पे स्नो नहीं मिलेगी. बट टेम्परेचर विल बी लाइक सब जीरो फॉर श्योर.
द माउंटेन यू कैन सी फ्रॉम अ डिस्टेंस बट उतने हाइट पे
नहीं, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू होल्ड इट इन द हैंड. सिंपल एज दैट. बट द टेम्परेचर विल बी सब जीरो फॉर श्योर.
एंड
-5 -10.
जब तक हम बेस कैंप पहुंचे इट वाज अराउंड 5500 मीटर्स.
करेक्ट.
तब तक बर्फ नहीं थी.
स्नो नहीं मिलेगा आपको. मतलब जैसे सो एवरेज बेस कैंप स्टार्ट फ्रॉम खुम्बू ग्लेशियर. उसको कैंप 0 बोला जाता है, बेस कैंप बोला जाता है. बेस कैंप इज खुम्बू ग्लेशियर ओनली. सो खुम्बू ग्लेशियर जहाँ से उसकी चालू होती है, मतलब यू नो इट ओरिजिन्स बेसिकली, वो माउंटेन्स के फुट से ही चालू होता है, राइट. वो सारे उसमें ये एवरेस्ट है, बाकी भी पीक्स हैं 2-4 टॉप के, वहाँ से वो स्टार्ट होता है. तो एवरेज बेस कैंप इज खुम्बू ग्लेशियर ओनली. बट यू डोंट गो टू खुम्बू ग्लेशियर. यू आर जस्ट उसके जस्ट पहले थोड़ा सा आपको खुम्बू ग्लेशियर दिखता है, मतलब इमीडिएटली यू कैन सी. बट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू गो देयर ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज उसके लिए प्रॉपर अलग टाइप के गियर्स लगते हैं व्हेन यू आर गोइंग ऑन आइस या व्हेन यू गोइंग ऑन द स्नो. बट आप देखते हो तो आपको स्नो ऐसे टच करने को नहीं मिलेगी, दैट इज़ फॉर श्योर. बट एवरीथिंग विल बी फ्रोजन. यू विल बी एबल टू सी ग्लेशियर इज देयर. तो टेम्परेचर विल बी वेरी वेरी कोल्ड. देयर विल बी यू नो लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ रॉक्स बिकॉज उसका मतलब वो यहाँ पे तो हम सारी चीज़ें चेंज आदमी कर दे रहा है. वहाँ पे इट इज़ कम्प्लीटली रॉक का पैटर्न वैसा का वैसे ही है, जैसे वो गिरे हुए हैं या कहीं से लैंडस्लाइड होकर रखा है तो वैसा का वैसे ही पड़ा हुआ है. यू कैन नॉट मूव इट अ इंच. सो वो अलग टाइप का एक्सपीरियंस है. मेन उसमें प्रॉब्लम आता है ऑक्सीजन का. ऑक्सीजन लेवल्स एट दैट लेवल, दैट हाइट.
So I remember that was back in 2021 September. We went to Manali and then to Spiti Valley. मनाली के आजू बाजू बहुत से ट्रैक्स हैं जो अपन ने किए थे. उसमें इफ यू रिमेंबर वन स्पेसिफिक ट्रैक, आई फॉरगॉट द नेम, अपन
जोगनी वाटरफॉल्स. नहीं so this is where I went, Sethan.
Yeah.
So Sethan, if you don't remember it, but Sethan was, so we were staying in Prini. Prini was and there was a hydropower project, if you remember.
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
So below hydropower project only Sethan village is there.
Okay.
So Sethan village is midway to the point we trekked to. It is a route to Jobra Pass, Jobra करके the village. वहाँ से people go to Hamta Valley. So we went up to Jobra.
Yes.
So Sethan was between that. You remember we had a tea at a point?
Yes.
That village was Sethan village.
We elevated up to 3,000 feet that day in a single.
Yeah, that was so much. I still have the screenshot for what we did. Even I was discussing with people. We trekked for I think 5.5-6 hours.
Yes.
Total. That was completely random. Good plan.
Nice photographs.
Nice
things. But how different it is to track on that smaller patch of 5 hours versus the more dangerous and more adventurous track of going to the base camp.
See, I'd not say it is not dangerous. Average base camp is not at all dangerous because it is quite commercial, because people from across the world go there, because it is considered, for few people it is a pilgrimage. People consider it like that.
Pilgrimage also?
Yeah. For few people it is like that. And you will find 95-96% of the people are like not from India doing that particular trek. So you will find a lot of...
specific to any religion? Or just
no. So people have given the spiritual plus pilgrimage wala angle. Achha. How this product is sold basically to foreigners. Okay. You will find a lot of people from every country you will find, right? So it is easy. It is easier when you are doing for first 3-4 days because but when you are doing it for 9-10 days, so average base camp will require at least 9 to 10 days for you to at least complete the entire. That is the shortest period of time, 11 days. You cannot do it in less than for a common person like us, right, who is not very physically active. Even people those who are physically active, it is more about your endurance, because you are doing the trek for 7-8 hours daily. And you are daily gaining altitude.
Yes.
So when you are gaining altitude daily regularly, but once you cross 13,500 feet, right, then the problem of oxygen will start. So you need to take Dimox, right, and all those tablets to ensure that you're not. So in last 2-3 days, I still remember it as the experience was very difficult because you're not able to sleep, obviously, because you're not able to breathe, right. Although the amenities are still there, right, temperatures are sub-zero, but still you will feel a lot of challenges because your body is completely, not able to recover fast. Because you're not getting proper sleep, and obviously the temperature is also such that you're not able to recover also, because rest ही नहीं मिल रहा है आपको, and you are regularly trekking. So I still remember last day when you were going for the Everest Base Camp summit, right? You wake up at 6:30 in the morning. So there is no sunlight and the oxygen level. So last village, before Everest Base Camp is Gorakshep, where you will find, without tents you can stay. So there are tea lodges where you stay, right? And then from base camp you have proper tents where you need to stay. Well, people put in tents and camps, basically campsites, and from there on people go from base 0, base 1, base 2, then the entire, right, the Everest trek, Everest summit happens. So 7 o'clock I woke up. I was doing fine till the last day, but last day when I woke up and I started trekking, because the sunlight is not there, so oxygen level is also low, right? So suddenly I was fainting. I was carrying oxygen can. I took it out. I did some breathing because I thought I'll not be able to do it, honestly, last day. But 7:30 then I sat for half an hour, right? I wore another layer of hand gloves and other things, right? Sat for 30 minutes. When the sunlight came out, then again I started slowly moving along with the other people. So,
do they wait for you?
Yeah. So 2 people waited. Like there's a leader, right? And there are 2 people usually. Sherpas, you can call them, or Sherpas are people those who take you to the Everest, right? So you can say the trek guide, right?
Trek guides. A little less than Sherpas.
Little less than Sherpas, correct. So they take you to the base camp. So usually one people is leading the entire cohort of people, and one person is always on the last, who is checking that everyone is doing fine, and he will be the last person walking, right? So one and another person also waited from the same group. I was solo, but there were 10 people group whom I was part, like I joined them, and then we started, right?
And so this whole thing is in Nepal. From Nepal you start the trek, and then
you go to Kathmandu, right? You can fly to Kathmandu, or if you are going from India, there is the roadways. You can use the roadways, or you can fly directly
to Kathmandu. And then
so from Kathmandu, earlier there used to be direct flight from Kathmandu to Lukla, which is the world's most dangerous airport, right? It is the world's most dangerous airport. And so Kathmandu say, but nowadays because of a lot of air traffic, they have moved it away. You need to do a 3-hour drive. From there you take a plane to Lukla, and from there it starts. But for us, it happened that due to the weather, the climate conditions, regularly for 2 days the flight was not taking off. So apparently we need to take we didn't reach Lukla. We reached a village, which I don't remember the name, but it's a 6-hour trek to reach to Lukla. So we trekked more actually, and we have to drive for some 15 hours to reach that particular village, and it's just a 20-minute flight. So if you're not able to, the flights are not operational from Kathmandu to Lukla, then it's a 16 hours plus 6 hours trekking to reach to Lukla. Then you will start the trek.
Okay, that's fascinating. I wonder, what do you eat in the whole journey?
Dal bhat is very famous, right? Basically rice and dal. You will find it till the last village. And now, since it is very commercial, a lot of foreigners also come. You can find pastas, you can find everything actually.
Do they cook with the group? How do they?
So there are cases. You stay in tea lodges. It is not like typically like any Indian treks, where Indian treks is, like if you are going with Indian hikes, so they will make you stay in tents, and there will be cooking. There will be a chef who will be cooking. But there are tea lodges, those who properly serve you every meal.
Oh,
so that way it is quite commercial.
A little distance you will find a tea lodge.
Yeah, you will always. So every village, right? You stay. You stay in the various villages, and every night, right? You will find tea lodges. You will find lunch places.
Just how we found from our way from Manali to Batal.
Correct.
There were places in between.
Correct. Same way. So it is like that only.
Okay.
But the path is quite good. That way, matlab, it is a must-do trek.
has become more
It is a
commercial
doable.
now. Yes.
It is a doable trek.
And commercial is equal to easy.
Commercial is equals to, yeah, you get a lot of comfort, but still, last 2 days you will find challenges because you cannot get oxygen out of the blue, right? So people, those who don't have good lungs, should avoid it. But other people can definitely do it. Those who are having a normal lifestyle, those who are walking daily. But I was also, that was my first trek. Everest Base Camp was proper trek per se, where we are doing for 7-8 days. We have done that 3,000 feet in a day. That was one of the cases where we did it, right? I don't know how we did it. It was raining that day. We just went with the flow. But technically, if you look at it, so it was the first trek for me. I was not doing a lot of things. I was doing stairs. I was doing little bit of, walking, running and all those things, but not very high workout or cardio related activities. But I was able to do it, so I think other people can also do it.
While going into the Spiti Valley, I have found that at every place we went, there were places to stay.
Correct.
And always there were people who would stay in those places. Tabo, you go, people will stay. Nako, people will stay. Then even in the Mummy village, what was Gui?
Gui or Gum, I don't know.
Yeah. Even there, we
people
have seen people were staying.
Local people.
Yes, and then Kaza, of course, it's a big city. So there were too many, what we call that, home facilities where you can stay. Homestays, yes. Do we find something like that in the area of the base camp?
See, till Namche Bazaar, which is basically the next stop from Lukla, you will find people staying there and all those things.
And this is what, halfway or?
Not even halfway. But post that, mostly, people are relying on tourism. So mostly there are not homestays, but tea lodges. They call it tea lodges, or you can call them hotels, whatever you want.
Do they have the facility to stay?
Yeah. So you are staying in tea lodges where you will find a room will be there and 2 beds will be there or 3 beds will be there. And you will find restrooms and everything quite proper that way. So, it is, as I said, it is quite comforting that way. There are no challenges if the body is there. So, it is quite easy trek. So, there is another trek which is quite well known, Chadar trek. It is done on the Zanskar Valley river, frozen river, right? It is usually done in January. But that is more difficult. I was supposed to do that, but the challenge with that particular trek, it is not very long. It is only 60 kilometers. It takes 7-8 days. But the percentage of people, those who are able to finish that particular trek, is very less compared to people, those who are able to do EBC. The reason is only one thing, because you don't get amenities. You are staying in tents and the temperature goes to -40, -30. You don't have any amenity. You will have very limited water resource and all those things.
What was the minimum temperature you faced?
I think -15, -16 during those days.
Okay, in Chadar trek you will be
-40, -30 times. Yeah, Chadar is very cruel one. So for me, the reason for not doing Chadar was because I had a knee surgery. So, but when you are going to very cold places and if the knee is not taken care of, right? So then it will start, the pain will start. So hence I avoided that Chadar thing. And it is very difficult to get medical facilities in these kind of treks where there is no houses or anything, right? It's only 60 kilometers still takes. So what I have heard, out of 60 people, only 8 to 10 people are able to finish Chadar of a batch of 60 people. That is the ratio.
So one more thing I've seen, when we went, it was like a 10-day trip. 5 days we stayed in Manali and the next 5 days we did the whole Spiti Valley.
We are the fastest, I think, to do that. So, no one else can do it 5 days. We did it 5 days. Yeah.
So there were 2 experiences. One is if you go out, you stay at one place and try to experience the place more. And the other is you are always on a run.
Correct.
So which one you find as better?
I think now I have become a person who would want to stay at one place. Right. I don't want to move a lot.
Grown older.
Yeah, I've grown older, you may say that. But now it has changed. I would like to just relax at a place and just feel the place like I did. I could have stayed in one day in Igloo also, or maybe in Sethan village proper. But the idea is that just be at one place and relax and maybe do little bit treks. You can do here and there and go for treks. Those kind of activities is better. So now it is like that, but let's see, it might change in the coming years. Don't know.
Yeah, because I've also found this thing, staying at one place for 6 days, 7 days straight, you absorb so many things, their culture, their people, their habits,
Correct.
their food. There are so many things learning. I just always on the run doesn't help, but doing something like Spiti Valley or going to Chadar track, as you are saying, you need to run.
Yeah, you need to run. I think slow travel has also picking up. It's a concept like during COVID, people have started working from mountains, right? Work from home took people to different places. Tourism industry also, started. There are a lot of boost, a lot of new hostels that have come up. A lot of people, those who are into IT, went for work from mountains, opened up their own hostels as well. So I think slow travel is becoming a concept. People are staying for a week, 2 weeks at one particular place and doing activities which are nearby.
What attracts you towards the mountain?
Yes, see, I don't know. I am more of a travel bug. I get attracted towards experiences. So it was not that I want to go to Manali. That was not the calling. Calling was I want to do igloo. That was the first thing that I wanted to do. So we thought that, once we reached there, so we booked for only one day, the mud house thing. The idea was the second day we'll go to and do that igloo thing. So I wanted to do the igloo experience. That was on the cards. But then once I reached there, we inquired and we realized that this has happened. And the place was really good. So we started enjoying it. So we thought, okay, we extend it for another day. So it is more about experiences, doing different experiences. That's been I think, the idea of traveling for me. Not mountains, not beaches, nothing specific.
So what have you got out of this years of going out and experiencing thing? Have something substantial came up which you understood?
See, I'll not say that I've learned a lot of things, but because I'm not a person who will, go there. You have traveled with me, right? I'm not a person who will go there and just sit idle or maybe read a book. I'm not a slow travel person. I'm becoming one slowly and gradually, right? But I'm not that kind of person. So what I have, I think I have got to know people, obviously. That is number one. Number two, perspective. So it has opened me as an individual, right? Because I usually prefer staying in hostels. So whenever I started doing solo traveling. I could never have imagined that I'll do solo traveling. But I'm doing solo traveling now. I can do that, right? Second is that you meet people. As I was telling you that when I stayed in this Glam Pico, like a week, 2-3 days ago. So I met one of the actors from the Malayalam film industry named Navya Nair. Right, and she's quite famous in their industry, right? So you meet people, you sit with people, you have conversations with people. So your perspective also changes, right? In a way, they do influence you. You see people doing a lot of things. You'll find people. I found one of the lady. She's from Mumbai only. She purchased her own, vehicle in November. Then from there on, she has been on the roads, living on the wheels now. Lot of good people doing volunteer work in hostels, just for they want to experience. So there are a lot of new people you meet, you understand, you learn things. It builds you. It will not consciously build you, but somehow unconsciously you are becoming a new personality. You're talking to people, you do new things, right? Eventually you will be interacting with people. Well, if you are staying in hostels, you will mostly end up interacting with people. So I cannot do travel where I'm staying in a room. Not possible. Single, I cannot do that. I need to stay in hostels. I'll prefer staying in dormitories.
You need people around you.
I need people around me.
Yes. But somehow, you go out, meet with people, see other people, their motivations, different cultures. That, something which is in you which judges the other people. That thing comes down.
You have made a very good point. Very good point.
You don't judge.
Correct. Absolutely correct. I think this is a very good point that you have made, that you start taking things in a very different manner. I cannot give an example, but right, for me this is very normal. For our parents this might not be normal, that a person leave their job, open a hostel, or maybe they're traveling for, they're living on wheels. Those kind of concepts are not there in India, right? At least for the previous generation it is not normal, but for us it has become a normal. Keep seeing people doing different kind of things. So but it is an experience in itself.
That Spiti Valley thing, I don't think, I was thinking that the same motivation which you had, I thought somewhere we'll see the snow. That's why I went. If somebody would have told me what I'm going to face, I would have
but see, you need to agree to the kind of experience. Even you would not be aware that you can do that.
Oh my God, the moment we crossed that tunnel, what is
Atal tunnel.
And that left
Right turn goes to Spiti, left goes to your Leh Ladakh.
Yeah, we took that turn and that was off-road. I was driving, we were sitting back, and all of a sudden I cannot control the bike. That was like, we thought of coming back from there.
Correct.
Two foreigners from US, they helped us to pass through. So that thing, and we went on for that track, 85 kilometer off-road. With it was raining all the time.
And you remember while
you slip and you fall and you die, nobody's there
to save. Correct.
That was like, why did I come here? Where is the snow?
But the hilarious part of all of it is that in Delhi, I still remember we both were sitting and we decided if it is raining, we'll not go. We'll not go.
It was raining from 3 days and then we went.
Then we went. Not even on the first day. We decided on third day, okay, then everything is now muddy and slushy. So then we went and, but I think that is one of the most adventurous things and dangerous as well that I have done.
Yes, for me also. And I have never felt that amount of cold, it was like chilling.
Because you are all drenched, that is the problem.
वहाँ जाकर ना जूते मोजे उठा के, जैसे उसमें ज़्यादा ठंड लग रही थी, मोजे गीले थे, उतार के फेंके हैं, तब that चाचा चाची,
they are doing a service. They are doing a service.
Provided with this thing, दाल चावल, वो थोड़ा गर्मी लेकर आए. And you remember their son, Tenzing? Oh my God, what
he is a character.
Guy.
He is a character.
Funny guy. He was looking at everybody, you remember, at night, all the young people, and he was commenting on everybody's character. You remember what he told you?
He is a character.
He's a character, man.
But yeah, Spiti, it's good that we did, I think.
Yes,
when you look back at it.
I am unable to go anywhere after that. But that thing, sticks in my mind.
See, Leh Ladakh is still pending. I am ready to go with you. Leh Ladakh we can do.
I have to go to this thing also.
Everest
base camp.
Everest you come with me. I told you today only. Island peak expedition we should do together.
Yes.
That is there.
Chadar Valley somehow.
Chadar, so you do it all alone. I am not doing it. I have clarity of thoughts around that. I'll not be able to. It is only because of me. I don't know.
Yes. But that, something kicked inside me after Spiti. And after that, if you would have asked me before that, do you want to go on track? And I'm like, this is such a boring thing, who will go? But somehow, it just happened. And after that, I was like, it's fascinating. That the sense of achievement was there. Okay, something was done. Something was done and something got completed. One experience which I brought home and still sticks with me from that whole trip, we have seen villages where there were 10 people. That's it, 10 people. The village ended. Yeah. 10 houses, then the biggest of them would be 150 people max.
Correct.
And we are from the central part of India where villages are like thousands and lakhs of people are there. And we have seen these people living a life which is for us is so tough because they have to walk from mountains to mountains to fetch water and grow their food and then cook it, and it's difficult. But one great thing I have found, this is something I've somehow but realized the definition of home. What home is to a person. For a person living in Spiti, for a person living somewhere in the Himalayas, or for somebody in, like a Sherpa, for them that is home.
Correct.
They will not enjoy their life in Delhi.
Correct.
Not enjoy it in any coastal areas or send them to Los Angeles, they'll come back.
Correct.
They don't want it. They just want their home. You
True.
remember that gentleman we stayed at Kaza?
I still remember. I was thinking about that only while you were speaking. The homestay.
I cannot forget that man.
I
What
cannot.
a person.
What a
What a
amazing.
person. Amazing person. He was talking, Indira Gandhi आए थे काजा में 1970 and he showed us that photo. मैंने अंकल आप सेम तो लग रहे हो, 30 साल हो गए, 40 साल अलग तो लगने
They have, I think, amazing, and the culture is also very good. No, the way if you live in Delhi, and for example, if you have a homestay in Delhi, right, the way a person in Delhi will treat the guest, and the way a person staying in mostly in mountains, the way they will treat is completely different.
Yes.
It is so they are
So
very
Atithi
welcoming.
Devo Bhav is really seen in mountains.
Correct. Matlab, it is so, and that is where I realized this when I was traveling in northeastern parts of India. So there Buddhism is a major culture. If you go towards Tawang and all those places, so amazing. That was the
वो तो
first.
सिंपल है ना.
हाँ.
देखो 9-10 हज़ार फीट से ऊपर बढ़ोगे तो बुद्धिज्म, उससे नीचे आओगे तो माता के मंदिर दिखने लगते हैं.
तो मतलब इतना ज़्यादा वेलकमिंग है वो लोग. They treat guests like anything, right? मतलब they will serve you their own homemade hand cooked food, right? And this cannot be done by any North Indian. Let me be very clear. I am not putting everyone in the same basket, but the general sense of the people are like that only.
And to remind everybody, they're not after money. They are earning money. They are earning money. But चाची चाचा का कितना बड़ा एग्जाम्पल है. People were stuck. नेटवर्क तो होता नहीं है वहाँ.
correct.
थोड़े समय बाद पैसे कैश खत्म हो जाता है. But there is snowfall. You cannot pass after 10 days or 15 days also. They feed people. And they feed them well, and they they give shelter. Yes. They are doing service here, and massively they are helping people, and I think they helped us also. Otherwise we would have been, I don't know how we would have been dead only, because the way we were drenched. Yes. वो तो दिन भाई. I still remember it was, I don't know what, it went -7 or something, but for me that was like hell.
Correct. It is because of there was a lot of wind that was there.
Then came the sunlight next day.
Oh, that was very good. If that would not have came, I think we would have came back either. We would not have went to Gaza. I think so that.
Yes.
Gaza, sorry. Gaza, I was saying Gaza.
Gaza for now is not the place to visit.
Correct. So
unfortunately. So the thing is, this thing which I was telling you, home. If we go there for a trek or a stay, but we are basically from plains. We cannot live there permanently. That cannot be done. I have experienced that. You can go to mountains, you can go to Himachal, stay there for some time, then it's home. It will be calling you. So that what I was saying, I realized that definition of home, how important home is. We've seen so many migrations happening. You
Bhopal, think Delhi is your home?
I always remember Bhopal. See, you went to Mumbai. I came to Delhi. Years have passed. But still, home is home.
Home is home, correct.
Similarly, but cultures match, because there is no much difference in the food and the living habits of Delhi and Bhopal. I would say people are much softer there in the North India than the northern part of it, because of its geography and the historical conditions. But still, cultures are matching. But once you go to some extreme place, cultures are a bit different. Food is different. But still, home is home.
Home is always home.
So
I think the place where you have done your schooling, where you have stayed, I think I don't know then what will be the home for people who are serving in Indian Army or Indian Air Force, because they
have a higher purpose.
Higher purpose. Since you are saying, so I am not thinking about it.
Think about those Indian Army personnel who are serving in the United Nations. They have been posted to Africa. So they have higher purpose, I would say. But for normal people like us,
Yeah, for them, I think the villages where they are born, or maybe then those will be the home, but they will still want to come back to those places.
Yes,
Eventually.
where you were born and brought up, and where your parents live, where you have learned things. So I'm going deep into this concept of home. What is the home for your soul? It's a matter to feel about.
Correct.
Real home. So this good. So one is when you reach the base camp. From there, the journey for the summit starts. So if you have to go to the summit, which is like 8,834 feet, meters,
8848, I think.
8848 meters. So
30,000, almost 29,000.
the Everest base camp would be the base, and from
Correct.
there you have to start.
Correct. Yes.
How many days it takes?
See, I don't know exactly, but I think it's a 4 to 6 weeks.
Weeks. Oh
Weeks.
my God.
Yeah, it takes time. It is because you need to acclimatize.
So the point is, you start from Kathmandu, you reach 5,000 meters, 5,500 meters.
Correct.
It only takes 13 days. You said minimum 9 days. And just that stretch of 3,000 meter from the base camp till the summit, it takes 4 to 6 weeks.
Because you need to adopt to the acclimatization is the most important thing in this. Right? And the path, so how it happens, right? I don't remember the exact number of days that needs to be still, I'm not sure whether I'm right or wrong. Maybe you can Google it, but how it happens is that, so base camp is there. Base camp, say you go to base 1, right? Then you again come back.
Okay.
Then you again go to base 1, then you again come back. Then, maybe on a nth day, you will go to base 1. You will stay there. From base 1, you will go to base 2. Then there is base 3. So one day they will take you to base 2, then come back to base 1, base 2, base 1, base 2, base 1. And then again base 1, base 2, base 3. You come back to base 1 again.
Okay.
So it is not done like you are climbing and going. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
So it is a properly designed program. You need to train for a lot of months.
Camp 3 would be having the very less oxygen compared to the second.
I think
camp
from
and
Everest
first
base
camp.
camp only it is less oxygen for people like us, right? So till the time you're not born in mountains, it is less only. For everyone it is less.
And for Sherpa it is like one ride. Then just go.
I think there is a documentary which is there,
that's
right?
called
7
home,
peaks, 7 peaks, yeah.
That's
For them
called
it is a home. So people have created records around it, but those people are like doing it for years, right? They have lived there. They adapted or acclimatized to those kind of conditions. The genes and the DNAs are like that. And they're born like that. So I still remember my guide, Lakpa Dai, we call him. Dai is brother. So Lakpa was his name. But he was doing his trek in keeping hand inside the pockets. Just walking like that casually. We people are wearing trekking shoes, although he was wearing sport shoes. And he completed the Everest base camp in that.
Be laughing.
People wearing treks. He was wearing sport shoes and he completed Everest. People were carrying woodlocks on their heads, right? Long ones, right? And in slippers, they were taking the material to different villages along the path. So, exactly. The home is where your heart lies.
I still remember
born,
we were going on. We hired a bullet. We were behind a Himalayan bike, but we didn't get one, so we hired a
That was a good choice. I think it was.
I don't know why you think like that, but
I still think that was a new bike.
Do you remember one local when we stopped in that 85-kilometer stretch off-road one? We stopped somewhere, and we saw somebody coming on scooty from the other side. I was like, wait, what are you doing on scooty?
There was an Alto which was stuck. You remember?
Yes.
There was an Alto car which was stuck.
They were locals. I mean, like, we want the best bikes to climb these mountains. You are going on scooty. What are you doing here on scooty? How can scooty go there? There is scooty pack. Oh my God.
That is, I think that's a home for them, right?
Hikkim, we went the
Hikkim
highest
Langa.
post office. So, do you remember the posts, whichever the letters and everything which we put on inside the box? One person walks from the village Hikkim to Kaza every day to deliver those posts and then go back. That I think it took us 3 hours or something to
A
reach.
person walks? I don't remember this.
Yes.
I don't know.
I've asked the postmaster.
Acha, okay.
So he says every day one person walks down to Gaza, delivers all these posts, and then comes back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an employee of Indian Post.
So Indian Post. No.
To think about it, it took us how many? I don't remember. 3 hours or 2 hours.
3 hours maybe, I think.
With bike.
With bike.
That person walks down and comes back every day.
We must be going around the mountain like this,
They
and
know
that
the
person will be
shortcuts,
going like this.
Yes, they know the shortcuts. That's good. So how is the life in Mumbai compared to these places? You keep coming to Delhi also. You have lived in Bhopal for a long time, and now in Mumbai for a long time now. So how's life? Too fast, everybody says.
Yeah, too obviously that is true.
What does this fast means? What is
I
so
think
fast?
it is everyone is doing something, right? Everyone is on the move. So you will not find people, not doing it. Even at 2 o'clock, you will find a traffic jam.
2 o'clock traffic jam?
In Sakinaka, yes, you'll find that.
Oh.
2 o'clock, you'll not find streets empty, those kind of things you'll never find. Always the city is, awake. Actually, it is awake.
Delhi shuts down at 11 o'clock.
No, Mumbai is completely different because obviously there are no safety concerns as such. And overall, people are, I don't know, the lifestyle is such that people are always doing something. People are on the move. You'll not find people relaxing, chilling that much. Those kind of concepts, I don't think so. That is there. I don't like much the city, honestly speaking, because we come from Bhopal, ekdam sukoon bhara shahar, hara bhara, wide roads. Mumbai mein there is no roads, technically, right? There is the Eastern Express Highway and Western Express Highway. That's it. The problem with city that obviously because it is unplanned, so कॉलोनीज में लाने के लिए जो रोड्स होती है ना, वो रोड नहीं है बॉम्बे में. दैट इज़ द प्रॉब्लम. क्योंकि सब जगह उन्होंने बिल्डिंग्स बना दी हैं, या चॉल है या बिल्डिंग्स है या कोऑपरेटिव हाउसिंग सोसाइटीज़ हैं. वो उस तरीके से बहुत ही अनप्लान्ड है. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट देयर इज नो प्लेस टू वॉक, देयर इज नो प्लेस टू इवन रन, डू नथिंग. यू कैन नॉट.
वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल इज जब रेनी सीजन में देयर आर क्लॉग्स.
वो तो है ही, वो तो हर साल का इशू है. बट even when it is not raining, and surprisingly, this is one of the very, very interesting facts that I've come across, that I don't know whether it is right or wrong, so I'll not call it a fact, but I've heard it, that BMC is one of the richest municipality in entire Asia.
Must be.
So the budget is, I think, 60 or 50,000 crores. It is massive. Right? It is massive. And the city is not at all clean. You go to Bhopal, you go to Indore, even Delhi is clean. Mumbai is absolutely pathetic. It is not at all clean. I don't know where the money goes, right? When you will enter the city, you will, start smelling something. So my friends, they came from Bhopal to Mumbai. And they're like, yeah, when I entered the city, I started smelling something. I don't know why there's a foul smell coming. Even people from Delhi, those who go and come for marriages, maybe, right, friends' wedding, they're like, when I enter the city, there's a foul smell that is coming. So cities are not at all clean.
And the foul smell is of what?
So there is waste everywhere.
Waste.
You will find open waste. You will not find everything is dirty. The roads are dirty. Space ही नहीं है ना. Problem space नहीं है. There is a river which goes. There is a river which water body. It's called Meethi Nadi. It goes across the city mostly. But that is also not clean. That is also very dirty. Very, very, very dirty.
I think यमुना का भी यही हाल है यहाँ पर
नहीं, but it is still better. I think Delhi is still better. At least city के अंदर का तो clean है. जो आप रख सकते हैं वो भी साफ नहीं रख रहे हैं वो लोग. So I find it very annoying, right? And there are few parts. Navi Mumbai is clean, but Mumbai में South Bombay छोड़ के बाकी सब गंदा ही है. So overall, right, beaches. You must have seen a very famous story. Warsaw beach के clean up किया था एक. There was a guy who did it. Warsaw beach in Mumbai. I think Afroz was the name of the guy. He started beach cleaning activity. Warsaw beach में 6 to 7 feet की गंदगी थी.
7 feet.
Dump at the beach. There's a before after video. He is very famous. He was recognized. You see, And he started doing this in 2013 or 14. Not very old, right? 13, 14 is just... So, एक Bombay के center में Versova is one of the good areas. I will not say it is a Bandra, but it is one of the good areas in Mumbai. Right? Versova बीच पे 6 फीट का कचड़े का ढेर था. उसको पूरा clean up करके उन्होंने काफ़ी time लगा उनको करने में. 2-3 years and then now it's a story in itself. There are a lot of beaches like this in Mumbai. So BMC का role, right? The state government का पूरा machinery I think is very, very, I don't know, lethargic, corrupt, whatever you want to say, but city is not good for living. But unfortunately, the entire financial world revolves around Mumbai.
Yes, financial capital.
So you need to be there.
Recently, I met a person from Ireland. And he told me a story about another person from Ireland. He's an environmentalist. I cannot recall his name, but he came to India. He was saying he has a unique way. You ask him one question and he will start to speak something else. Certainly not what you have asked, but whatever he speaks, you would like to listen. Because he's a knowledgeable person, first thing, and he's good in heart. And so basically he's an environmentalist. What he did was he went to Rajasthan.
Okay.
And especially you will see there's step wells in Jodhpur. You know. He started to clean those step wells. Now the step goes deep down and there's too much of dump and garbage lying there. He started to clean it. Then people started to join him, and then it just started to become a movement. And there are too many of such step wells in that area. Because it's a dry area, and that's how they store the water, and it's been an ancient practice. So now the king there, the customary dynasties which are still there after independence. So there are kings. Jaipur has one, and then Jodhpur has one. They have recognized him, and they have given him a place to live, a nice place to stay. He has a free access to the king and to the palace, and he's a well recognized person in Jodhpur as of now, and he cleans the step wells. That's what he's doing. He's an environmentalist. He can represent any big forum around the world.
He has found his purpose, I think.
Yes, and he's just cleaning, and he's old. And I've also heard that, I've seen his video. I don't think it's on YouTube, but that person has shot his videos as he was speaking and all. He wherever he finds a clean place, he doesn't wear the slippers. He'll say that's so cool, just walk barefoot. That's better.
That is good for health as well, I think.
Yes, it's good for health, good for everything. So living in Mumbai and then doing this this new thing, as you told me, in finance, do you think there's any other city which is suitable for doing such kind of job other than Mumbai?
See, it is not like that people cannot do or don't do it. People are doing from Delhi, people are doing from Bangalore. Even in small cities also you'll find people doing the same kind of activity what we are doing. It's just that because I was working in a supply chain financing company earlier, right? And I was there for quite some time. So there's a network which has been created, right? So due to the network which is there, we thought that we should start in Mumbai, right? And it is much faster to connect with lenders because most of the head offices are in BKC, right? Most of the banks offices are also in Mumbai, right? So because of those two factors, I think we are doing it in Mumbai, and we have a network also. So that is the major reason why we are doing it through Mumbai. It is not like obviously there are more businesses in Mumbai, Gujarat, like Maharashtra, Gujarat, right? And then you can go to Bangalore, you'll find a lot of companies. Hyderabad, Delhi, NCR, you'll find a lot of companies. So these are the major 5-6 states where you'll find most of the UTs where you'll find most of the business coming from. So people can do it, and people also do it. Like there are a lot of these consultants working from various places, but then you limit the scope of work that you can do, or the kind of clients you can have, or the kind of industry that you can cater to. So that is the reason, I think one of the reasons why we are operating out of Mumbai.
You have done your MBA from IIM. So how was that experience? Because going to a B school, not everybody gets a chance to go there. Of course, you have to study a lot. Not everybody studies.
So I think that I would say that is a life-changing moment for me, because born and raised, born and raised in Bhopal, right? So did my schooling there from a convent school, right? And from there on, I did my undergraduation from a private college in Bhopal only. So when you're doing undergraduation from not so great college, right? So obviously, the B school, when you go to IIM, right, and particularly IITs and IIMs are built in that manner that the kind of network that gets generated out of that when you're studying there, the kind of people you meet, right? There are people from various states, right, with various backgrounds, with various work experiences. That is most important. With undergraduation, people don't have any sort of work experience. But when you are doing MBA, you find people with a lot of work experience. When I went there, I had only 2-3 months of work experience, right? So it changes you completely. I have changed completely. My perspective for things have changed completely. I think B school is something that has changed me as an individual. Because the kind of exposure that you get, the kind of faculties are there, the kind of curriculum that's been built, right? It is completely different from what you do in undergraduation, and even compared to maybe different B schools. IIM has a completely different aura, right? And obviously you get good packages that is a part or the result of what you're doing there, right? And I think it is more about personality development that happens there, because mind is the same, right? All humans have similar kind of mind, right? It is more of how your perspective gets built around things, how you start thinking about things, right? And obviously a lot of different things or different industries you study about, you study different subjects, right? So that gives a lot of exposure, right, compared to any other B school, right, which might be there. So because of that only, that it was a completely life-changing experience for me. And because of obviously one of the reasons why I felt it is more was very good for me, because I did my undergraduation from a very average college. So I think that definitely, and it gives a lifetime. People in India in particular, college degree does matter, because people start perceiving you in a very different sense. So that is another factor in particularly valid in India, right? India में बहुत ज़्यादा है कि हम आपके pedigree के हो, उससे आपको the way people talk to you also changes. This I have experienced, right? I have seen. जब आप travel कर रहे हो या कुछ भी कर रहे हो, when you're meeting an individual for first time, आपका normal conversation चल रहा है, आप बता दो कि आप I am Shillong से हो, ये कर रहे हो.
I have experienced that.
So change हो जाता है.
Yes. You remember? I remember I asked you a question, and that you went to the IIM and what have you learned? And I remember you were thinking, and after that you came up with an answer. You said nothing new. I hope that perspective must have changed now, because your thinking evolves, and then you go back what you have learned in your school or your graduation, and then you go, okay, that thing. So if I ask the same question again, what is the biggest lesson, or 2 or 3 lessons which you have learned?
I think, as I said, right, it changed me as an individual. So that in itself is learning. When your perspective, I'm using this perspective word a lot because that is very important, right? Because the way you see things changes completely, right?
Yes.
For example, you talked of
changes.
Perception changes, right?
Okay.
You talked about today. You talked about the island folk,
Ireland
right?
person, yeah.
Correct. Who environmentalist who came to Udaipur or Jaipur, I don't know,
Jodhpur, yes.
Jodhpur. Yeah, he started cleaning those. So there are lakhs of people living in the same city from ages.
Yeah.
No one thought about it.
Yes.
Why he thought about it and why he acted upon it? Because he must have, he has that kind of thought process. That okay, I also can do it, I'll start on my own. He must not have thought that I'll make a movement out of it. I am pretty sure. This is not how things start. Things always start with that one thought, right, of that particular individual, of not expecting something very big out of it. Right. So it changes how you look at things. Right. So that has changed for me. That is one of the, I don't know, I'll say learning तो नहीं कहूँगा मैं उसको, but वो मेरे को खुद को ही बदल दिया है. मेरी सोच ही बदल गई है, मेरी पर्सनालिटी बदल गई है. I have become a lot confident, right? Abhi I can talk to anyone. That is the second thing that has happened. Again, it is not a learning, but I have become very confident.
Yes.
Because
when
that
you can talk to me, you can talk to anyone.
So, but I can talk to because my job also allows me to talk to a lot of CEOs, CXOs, and all those people. I talk to them very normally. So you become confident in what you're saying, how you're talking, what you're talking.
Does they also give training to speak in front of the camera?
No, not like that. But so they in particularly in the IIM, the IIM Shillong, where I have done my MBA from, there is a program called Footsteps. It is a 14-day thing that happens, right? Where all the seniors will be, sitting behind, right, and they will be called straight up on the stage.
Oh, that's formal ragging.
Formal. It's a formal ragging. It's a formal ragging. It is called that only. It happens it starts from 11 o'clock in the night and goes till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So they are trying to change you. Yes. That 14 days they prepare you and
open up that confidence within you.
Open up the confidence more they'll make you learn how to handle the pressure.
Yes.
Because that is what the corporate needs, right? Corporate demands you to handle the pressure in the right way. You cannot just burst open. आपने बॉस ने आपको चिल्ला दिया, आप जाके रो नहीं सकते. You need to be next day up and running and doing the work again. You need to put the professional things that way.
So, see, this one of the great attributes of personality development is that you not only become literate, but also educate yourself in a different way. If you speak, then you should not only have the intelligence, IQ, intelligence quotient, you should have the emotional quotient also. So how much that part is activated, the emotional quotient part, which has activated and evolved?
So I think EQ for me has dried up, actually. That's a very good question that you asked. But I think EQ has actually dried up.
Dried up?
In the sense that I think I have become less emotional compared to what I was when I was not in the B school.
Or you can say the fluctuations have reduced?
Fluctuations have not reduced.
Fluctuations are there.
Fluctuations are there, but I think I'm not sure. I think empathy थोड़ा कम हो जाता है आपका when you face a lot of things ना.
Yes.
So empathy कम हो जाता है, या फिर you can say, और आपका social sense रहता है. You as an individual you will not change a lot, but at a personal level, I think मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा सा you become more practical. Your belief system changes, your value system changes. उस सेंस में आप थोड़ा बदल जाते हो. Socially तो I am still a empathetic person, right? But वैसे आपके अंदर मेरे को लगता है थोड़ा practicality थोड़ा ज़्यादा घुस जाती है. वो एक आ जाता है with the things you gain there. I don't know, it's experiences that you get there.
So we can say that the difference between the IIMs and the other colleges where people can do MBA, the difference is that they provide an environment which helps you in changing your personality in such a way that you become more confident and open to new things, new ideas, looking in a different perspective which no one else can.
Yes.
And there is where their curriculum and all the guest faculties and guests come up and speak. Correct. That's why they charge so much.
So much, yeah. But I think it is not. If you look at the return on the investment, then it is amazing returns that you get over the life period, right?
Yeah.
It's a one-time investment that you can easily get the education loan. I also did entire thing on loan, and you will be able to repay it very easily.
Yes.
So it is definitely the curriculum that is there, and obviously you read subjects as well, right? Related to business administration, HR. You will read about finance. You will read about marketing, sales, distribution, retail, etc., etc. So thousands of subjects are there which you will study in deep and in detail. And definitely, the faculties that they come, right, or the lecturers that they come, that come for the taking sessions, are of some very big corporate names that do visit. Right, there are events that are happening on a regular basis. Something or the other thing is going on, so you get a very different view around things. And ऐसे ही होता है ना. First time I still remember Amit Chaudhary. I think he's the COO of Lenskart. I was shadowing him for one of the events, and he was the so एक बार you're shadowing, so you talk to him in person because आप उनको shadow कर रहे हो. So understand कि हाँ वो भी normal लोग ही हैं, normal conversation ही हो रहा है, ऐसा कोई so first experience हो रहा है, तो उसके बाद फिर you become very normal towards these things कि भाई ठीक है वो भी वही lifestyle जी रहे हैं, या lifestyle तो I think they are living a better lifestyle, but they are also the same humans, just that they have evolved or they have also taken those steps which leads to for them to do what they are doing. So step आप लेने लग जाते हो जब आप ये सब चीज़ें कर रहे होते हो.
It's just like you are watching the world from 5th floor and they are watching it from the 15th floor. And
correct.
They can look more clearly.
Correct. That's the only point.
And evolution is nothing but reaching from 5th to 15th. And then further on.
Correct. That's quite true.
From where did you study? You said convent school. Which one in Bhopal?
Campion school.
Campion. Oh, you went to Campion school. Okay.
All boys.
All boys Campion school. Yes, I remember. I remember there was 10th number stop, 10 number stop.
Correct. Near 10 number. Yeah. Shahpura.
That lake, Shahpura Lake. It was in disasters.
But now they've made it.
Yes. Now they have.
That is something correct. So that is where I was talking about Mumbai and Bhopal.
The difference.
So people have at least municipality is in itself is doing their job. Budget तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा भोपाल नगर निगम का. Compared to Mumbai कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Nothing. Peanuts. They are able to do it. So why not cities like Mumbai where the people are highly educated. Correct.
Yes.
So they are not having that social problems of कचड़ा फेंक रहे हैं इधर उधर, वो काफी limited है.
Yes, I've heard about, because I worked in an MNC which was a sustainability advisory firm.
Okay. Nice.
It has its base in India, in Mumbai. So the Indian base was in Mumbai. So it was all about sustainability and गीला कचड़ा सूखा कचड़ा अलग अलग करना है. So that education I do not find in Delhi. Because now Indore and Bhopal are coming up as cleanest cities. Correct.
So
they are pushing this, that you separate the gila kachada and
I think now there is a fine in Indore if you are not separating it. There is a fine.
But that was followed very religiously in Mumbai, in some regions, not
some
everywhere,
parts,
some parts, especially in the high-rise buildings where high net worth people live. Because what will they do is the gila kachada and suka kachada and then the hazardous, you have to separate that or they'll be fine.
Correct.
So okay, every city has its pros and cons.
But city has its pros and cons, but this is not something that cannot be changed.
Of course it has to
change. If there is a geographical disadvantage to a city, then I'll count it in pros and cons, right? It can be a pro, it can be a con as well, depending upon the geography that you are into, right? Or the weather conditions. Like Mumbai ka weather will be humid year round. I understand that is a con to a city. But cleanliness, traffic problems, waterlogging problems, these are man-made problems, right? It is not because of the geography. It is how we have evolved or how the city is developed because of the people and the policies of the state or the center, whatever is influencing in whichever way, right? So it is not something that cannot be changed.
Yeah. Now that perspective you have learned in IIM. Huh? So it was nice. So just tell me quickly, from where have you learned this, that when you have a running belly, that you drink the black tea?
It's Mamma ka formula, I think. That is where it has helped you today a lot, right? But I think अभी भी काफ़ी सारे घर के नुस्खे जो होते हैं वो काम आते ही हैं, because eventually everything gets derived from those Ayurvedic recipes or homemade remedies.
Do you find it more in mountains? People living, they live close to nature, not just because they live in mountains. They also have access to all the digital things and internet now. But when it comes to home remedies, when it comes to treating oneself, using those remedies and adopting practices to remain fit, do you really think those people are still grounded compared to people?
See, there are two parts to it, right? One you talked about is fitness. Second is the kind of remedies that they are using to cure their diseases. So I'll come to the second point first, that remedies somehow, if you look at it from Ayurveda perspective, so most of the jadi booties are grown in Himalayan regions only. You will find, because of the climate which is there, right? So अब वो पर्टिकुलर जड़ी बूटी का यूज़ वहाँ पे हो रहा है, तो यू विल कंज्यूम दैट, राइट? सो वो कंज्यूम होता है तो उनकी डेली प्रैक्टिस में है, या डेली प्रैक्टिस में है, वट एवर इट इज़, राइट? इट कैन बी सो लाइक marijuana, it is used at herbs in a lot of still it is used at herb, right? Local people still consume it in a different form. So वो herb की तरह यूज़ किया जाता है. हमने उसको कुछ और बना दिया आज की डेट पे. We are using it, consuming it for a very different purpose, but it was never for recreational purpose. But now it is like that, right? So similarly there are different herbs. So उनका availability होने के कारण we consume those kind of herbs or any other herbs. It can be any other tea, the kind of tea that the kava tea is very famous. वो ठंडी के लिए काम आती है, वो वहाँ पे क्योंकि है इसलिए वो काम आती है. So I think definitely an accessibility to those things also changes. Medical facility के जो accessibility है, या हम लोग तो immediate बीमार भी ज़्यादा पड़ते हैं compared to person living in mountains because of the clean air maybe, or the surroundings, or the clean water, or they are eating more organic things compared to what we are eating. I think less chemical usage. Second, on the fitness piece, obviously the eating habits, right, overall, and anyways people living in mountains will not use I'll not say amenities are less, but they will not use, they walk a lot, right? For them 5 kilometers is nothing. So the kind of physical activity that you're doing on a day-to-day basis is much more compared to what you're doing on plains.
Exactly.
And it is obviously, one is because of the space. You don't have space to walk or do things, particularly in cities like Delhi. And tier 2 cities में अगर हम जाएंगे, plains में particularly, वहाँ पे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इतना बढ़िया हो गया है, एंड राइट, 2-wheelers you will get, you will easily take and go to 2-wheeler. Cities are also large. आप मनाली में, हम ओल्ड मनाली और मनाली में देखे हैं क्या 3-4 किलोमीटर है, 4 किलोमीटर,
point to the other point is very
less 4 kilometers. So you usually trek, वो आदत हो जाती है.
Yes.
So इस कारण आई थिंक दे आर मोर फिट. सो फिर DNA भी उसी तरीके का है ना, उनका DNA भी उसी तरीके का है. तो उस तरीके से ही सारी चीज़ें आती है, जनरेशन्स उस तरीके से बिल्ड हो रही है.
Yes. So anyway, let's end this on a good note, that you are not using marijuana for recreational purposes.
Let's end it on this good note, that today your stomach is okay because of the black tea. That is more important. Otherwise we would not have shooted this. So that is a good note. That is a better note.
Anyway, you have to leave, or I would have seated for 3 more hours.
Yeah, we could have sat, I think. Now I have also realized that earlier, before doing this, thank you for having me here. Right, I think it's long due and pending. Yes. We were planning to do this earlier also, correct? And it's a great thing that you have started. Hopefully you will achieve greater heights in the same thing. Keep doing it, keep doing it. And
I'm also becoming practical like you. I need finances for it.
We'll discuss offline about that, how to get finances. But I think this will, it's a different concept that you're trying to, but over the journey you will learn. And you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. That's how we learn.
That's how we get from 5th to 15th floor.
5th to 15th floor, correct.
Okay, it was nice talking to you.
Thank you everyone, and
we'll
thank you,
sit again together.
Yes.
In the same podcast some other time.
Yes, correct, and with various different topics.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.